13 cycle, a continuation of the summer. So we're going to dive deeper into JavaScript and deeper into the Raspberry Pi. The goal this summer was to use the Pi to be a server to host their sites online. The incentive on working toward that was like dramatically reduced when we were allowed to like do the entire Git process on GitHub and collab right on through the browser. So the need for that was rapidly diminished. This was actually my cheap way to get. Well, actually there were similar ways, just to get proper sources. But still, I mean, we want to show what a server looked like and stuff. So fall 2013, we're doing more JavaScript, more Raspberry Pi. I'm already working with the instructor that was with us this summer. He was at Stag. We're talking about the idea of doing a code club at Stag. I did one at Wentworth. It was just like this little pilot. And it was cool, right? But he's really interested in bringing this to his school. Yes, he's mapping this to the Common Core, but he said, Damon, if I'm teaching this, I'm not teaching math. And the kids have to test in math, right? Like this is, there's no way around that. That said, we can reinforce Common Core standards in the after-school club. So how do we do that while teaching code, right? So that's a pretty good question. More field trips, mentorship, because the students are on GitHub. There are some students who believe they are quote-unquote GitHub famous, right? With all of 12 followers. I was like, what are you talking about? I got 25, what do you have? But mentorship, right? So yes, coming out to the project, inviting developers to come out and tell their story. And that's really what it is, telling their story on the one hand. Having students come to these types of spaces as well. But also just the connection on, right, in the web. Like, hey, this is like really screwed up, right? You still have styling features in your HTML. I saw like a aligned center in the middle. I was like, I thought we went over this like 4 weeks ago. You can't do this anymore, right? So being able to have those interactions. Or like, hey, Derek, like, how would I do this? Right? Or can you show me where I can find this information on X, Y, or Z, right? So that can be a way of mentoring that really doesn't exist in other youth projects, right? So that's really exciting. And then advocacy. It broke my heart this past Thursday when I learned that my colleague, his school is losing his computer instructor, their computer specialist, which means that if anybody's going to do this, it'll be like the two of us, if the school has resources to even do that. Which means nobody's managing the lab, right? I mean, it's pretty rough. And so that broke my heart. But the teacher, the non-core curriculum teacher that is staying is Jim, because that's federally mandated. I would like a federal mandate, right? It's 2013. I don't know how computer teachers are not federally mandated to be in every school, right? Let's have healthy kids that can also use a computer and maybe code, right? That would be amazing. So this really broke my heart. So we got to move into some advocacy, right? So I'm really hard on our students. I'm really hard. I'm like, look, y'all, the model, they're going to look at your site and make a judgment, right? So there's a big story here. So that's what's next. That's the end of my presentation right now. There's a thank you page or all kinds of like Twitter, the obligatory thank you. I do mean it though. Thank you for the opportunity to present. We have a demo day on August 29th. I see a few people in the room have RSVP'd already. If you have not, and you're a backer, please RSVP. We've got to get a count for food. It'll be at Canadian King College. So these are our Twitter handles. I haven't tweeted much in the last 10 weeks because if I've not been teaching or figuring out how to teach this stuff, I've been biking. So I'm really stressed. So that's it. That's the